Yo, 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 yo. Can y'all hear me? I think you should be able to.
Yes, sir.
La-
Sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back.
New up packing it.
We're back. This didn't go well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is I, your solemn commissioner, RJ, back here for another NBA Flunkies podcast. So good to see y'all. So good to be back. We're coming up on the start of a new season. We're coming up on year 5. I don't think people really are really taking and really grasping that understanding, but we've been doing this for like 5 years now. And it's been such a journey with everyone. And you're going to hear me say this so much up until the end of this coming season is like, man, what a ride. And I'm so grateful to kind of have everyone here. And we've got some awesome stuff to talk about. But first things first, like, comment, Jesus, let me get my words together. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Definitely get the likes up, please. We want to have more and more folks here into the NBA Flunky family fold. That's a lot to say in one wording. And, we really want to make this thing as big as possible. We also now have a Twitch channel. Please follow us, twitch.tv/NBA Flunkies. That will definitely be in the description below. And we'll definitely be getting more and more content out on social media, IG, TikTok, Twitter, all that kind of stuff, IG as well. And so we're really wanting to blow this thing and make this thing as cool as possible. But today's guests here, should I say Flunkies family, we have Keyshawn Simpson here of one of our many branches, the Ball Sack Sports Organization. We appreciate them being out here, and Keyshawn being the lead reporter for them, and of course, general manager of the Alpha Land Knicks. We welcome him today.
Yes, sir. I had to wear 2 hats for today, man.
2 hats is good. 2 hats is good. Up next, we've got Sterling here of the Sith Glizzy Fanatics.
We're going through a rebranding period right now, man. So we'll get back to that.
Yeah. Sterling and Sterling is going through some reconstruction with his team at the moment, and so it's good to talk to the Glizzy Gladiators, all that stuff. Unfortunately, he had lost a bet, and so he's got to uphold his end of things. But we've got a lot of stuff to chat about, man. We've got a lot of stuff, or at least a few things to chat about. So let's just dive into it, man. Let's just dive into it. I guess this video came out about a month ago, or a month and some change. Taylor Rooks had a very special interview with Jason Tatum, and there was a particular segment of the conversation where they were talking about stars versus superstars. I'm sure you all have seen it by now, but we are going to watch it here together. I have that clip here. Let me bring that up. And, there was some very interesting stuff that kind of frustrates me about this whole superstar conversation that I know that we've had as Flunkies in private, behind closed doors. And I really wanted to, bring this back out into the public and everything. And so I think this video will be very well worth watching. And so let's give it a look. Feel free to pause me or tell me to pause the video when you've got something interesting or you point out something. But we're gonna watch this. I'm gonna mute my mic. You guys can mute it unless you have something to say. That'd be great. All right, let's get into this.
You one of the best guys, or you not? So
yeah,
I never really liked that he's one of the best young players. Yeah, no, I agree with that. And on this show, we talk a lot about star and superstar. Are you a superstar right now?
What is a superstar? Let's have that.
That is why we talk about it a lot. We go back and forth all the time. How do you define superstar?
Because I feel like I'm the poster child of like, is he a superstar yet?
Yeah, you are.
For one,
I feel like it's like you and Luca.
for one, I feel like that debate has been going on for like a year and a half, 2 years. And I was always curious because I was like, wait, did I ever say like prematurely I was a superstar and I wasn't yet? Or did my mom tweet something? Or like, why was I the person of like, is he a superstar yet? No or yes? Or like, why was I the person for that debate? I never, like, what did I do?
Yeah. Like, how did you end up being that guy?
Like, because that's the narrative around, like, is he a superstar?
Yeah.
yet?
Well, I think it goes back to what I was saying about you being so good so early and what you were bringing to Boston. It was just easy for everyone to put that conversation on you because everything that we talk about, that debate, you almost embodied it.
So how do you, because everybody has a different definition of what a superstar is.
For sure.
Some people say there's a list of 6. Some people have a list of 12. And so how would you define what a superstar is?
I think that there aren't that many superstars.
How many are there?
I'm kind of in that. I would say 6.
Okay, so Taylor Rooks says that there are about maybe 6 superstars in the league. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. How many superstars do y'all think are in the league?
Maybe 6. Honestly, I don't think 6 is a bad number. Maybe 6 or 7.
Yeah, I think 6 or 7 is about
Yeah, 6 or
accurate.
7 is that's about accurate. Like superstar, but yeah, that's about accurate, I believe.
Yeah. So I think there's between 6 and maybe 9 or 10, maybe. But we're gonna keep going a little bit forward. She says a lot of interesting stuff in here, and so does Tatum.
What?
Superstars. I think there's a lot of stars. I have probably more stringent like criteria of what I think a superstar is because then you'll start naming them and then you say, well, is this player actually in the same category as a LeBron or Steph? And so if you have those two people as kind of what your marker is, what other players are in that tier? Do you get what I'm saying?
I'm almost afraid to ask you, like, is this person a superstar? Like, I want to ask you, like, because you said there's only 6.
I, in my head, think it's 6. But, I mean, it doesn't matter to me. You can ask
Is
me.
Kyrie Irving a superstar?
Yes. Okay.
And that's where the conversation really derailed for me before they really even got into it. I don't understand.
Definitely left.
How is it that you could say that you have a stringent hold on who you think is or isn't a superstar, and then turn around and say that Kyrie Irving is a superstar? This conversation gets really, really, really crazy to me, but I think it's like, okay, you've said number one that there's 6 superstars, right? So Kyrie automatically takes up one of those roster spots. Now, if she would have said like 9 or 10, I think we could have, okay,
You could have a possible debate, though.
it might be one in there that kind of slips through, you know? I'm like, okay, I can see that. I can see that. But you've narrowed it down so much to where it's 6. That's it. It's 6.
And we already know off the top of our head most of those guys who are going to be on that list.
Okay, well, you know what? Let's go through who we know are confirmed superstars.
Steph, Giannis, Bron, KD.
Those are the top 4. No doubt about it.
And let's not be disrespectful. I think he's cemented up there. I got Yoke up there.
I was about to say, yeah, you gotta add Jokic at this point.
So
That's-
understand. So even from right there, we've named 5 players already. There's only one spot left.
And she
So
gave
it's like,
Kyrie. Kyrie belongs up there with MVPs, Finals MVPs, multiple time champions. Except Yoke, who's just an MVP. That's it. I just think that's crazy. And then it's like, well, who else? Like, who are we leaving out?
We're leaving out Luca. We're leaving out
Kawhi.
Kawhi, a
Kawhi.
multi-time champion.
Well,
He should definitely, in my opinion, Kawhi Leonard should definitely be up there. In my opinion, he's still
Joel Embiid.
yup.
he could very well be up there.
There's just guys on that list that are going to get left off. It's like
I mean,
I
like,
get what you were saying though, with like the stars and then the superstar. There are tiers with it. There is a major difference.
there's tiers. There's for sure tiers, and we're gonna keep going a little bit. We're gonna pick this back up. Let's keep going.
So, okay.
Do you want me to say what I think about you?
I agree.
Okay.
But then, is Damian Lillard a superstar?
I think that Damian has all of the superstar qualities, but it's hard to put him in this moment because of he just like needs a little more. But obviously, like he has that in him.
Needs a little more.
I mean, he's got to win. He's got to get there. Like that. To me, that's some of it.
Bro, what does that mean? What does it mean to get there? What does that
I
mean?
understand. I can understand where she's separating Kyrie and Dame. Realistically, I mean, the only thing that truly separates them accolade-wise is rings. If she's saying the debate is Kyrie has a ring and Dame doesn't, air quotes, okay, I can see her reasoning. Do I think it's a great reason? No, not at all.
Yeah, man. I think if you're gonna put superstar players,
But bro, like,
I don't know, man. Because I really don't know what metric she's really trying to focus on. If she's trying to focus on like getting there, as in okay, you gotta get to multiple conference finals or get to multiple NBA finals, then if we're using that logic, how is Jason Tatum in there? But
and then also at that point,
but Kawhi isn't. You feel me?
Yeah, and if we were measuring, what's it called, by her metrics from what I believe she's trying to convey from the with the Kyrie situation. Well, Kyrie has a rings. Most of those guys that we listed, Steph, LeBron, KD, and Giannis all have rings. That means Yoke isn't allowed in this club because he doesn't have a ring.
and the idea of he's gotta get there, it's like, what are we talking about? The NBA finals? Because Yoke and Dame haven't been there. If that's the case,
Most of these guys that were like Dame Lillard has been stopped by good teams, bro. Like he's been stopped by Steph. What year was that the Blazers?
That was 2019.
That was before Aldridge left, right?
Before? Oh no, that was after because they got there in 2019. Got swept.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So I mean, look, bro, you got dusted off, bro, by a Warriors team that was on one.
Yeah. Well, also.
Well, no, that's when KD got hurt, bro. 2019. That's when KD was hurt. So
the thing about that series, right? The Trailblazers, I believe, led every single game by I think it was by like 8 to 10 points or something like that. And the Warriors just came back and evaporated. Steph averaged 35 on Dame in the Western Conference Finals, won all those games, came back from all of them and swept them. So it's like, and Dame has had some egregious like playoff performances. Like I'll never forget when they got embarrassed by that New Orleans Pelicans team.
Yeah.
Absolutely flat out embarrassed. The Drew Holiday was knocking all it up. And that's why to put more respect on Drew Holiday's game and just realizing like, we've been underrating this guy this whole time. But it's like Okay, so if we're talking, because to be honest, like by this point now, Trey Young's been to the conference finals, Luka's been to the conference finals, Jokic has been to the conference finals, and Jokic has 2 MVPs. So I see how it's easier for us to put him in the superstar competition. I just don't understand how Kyrie gets to be there when he has been conference.
Ron, this ain't your mic low.
Oh, is my mic low? It is a little low. There we go. Where I'm sorry, what's his name? Kyrie hasn't been there in like 6 years and hasn't like gotten there. Like I don't understand what her rhetoric is behind that. But let's keep going. We're gonna dig a little bit more into this.
So
Like, I think-
championships matter.
But it's not even like, for example, I think that this year solidified you in that conversation. I don't think that in the beginning of the season I would have said that about you. And I've been open about that. I've tweeted like, he's on the way to being a superstar. Like, you're very clearly a star. But I think now you're like, you're able to say that because of what you have proven. There is something to what you prove. And it's also like, what does being a superstar mean if there's 20 of them?
There's more than 6.
But how many would you say there are?
I don't know, 12, 14. Damian Lillard's a superstar.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not like saying you're wrong in that. I think that we have like our different opinions. I love Dame. I think he's incredibly talented. But I also just think if we're coveting what superstar is, at what point are you almost like changing the meaning of so many people can be one? And maybe there are 15, 14. I just think it's a difference in opinion.
There can be superstars, and then there are a few guys in the league right now that are like all-time greats. So yes, like there is a difference between KD, Bron, and Dame. Like those are two of the greatest and like top 10, 12 players of all time.
And then they get into this weird conversation where it's like, so now we're adding another step of elevation for all-time greats, which like in the superstar conversation, that's not necessary. In my opinion, it's like because the mantra of superstar, in my opinion, refers to the context of right now. What are they?
I mean, realistically, hypothetically, we're filling out a chart for all-time greats, right? Who occupies that? Actually, first, what number of players do you believe occupy that category? If we're going to measure that metric of all-time greats, and then the next floor below it is superstar, how many players are really all-time greats right now?
Because if you gotta put all-time greats, Bird, then are we just going to leave off James Harden? that was my first thought when I heard that. Are we going to leave off James Harden if we're going to go? If you're adding the all-time great tier, if you're adding that, then it's like
gentlemen, we have another guest that has arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, NBA Flunkies 2020 champion Aaron Wars has arrived. What's going on, bro?
The 60s Celtics.
Whoa. I am not Mike. Let's stop that right now.
Hey, yo. Damn.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You Mickey Mouse. My bad.
Oh.
Sterling, do you have a tip? Do you have a tip?
I'll get one, bro. I'm a champion in life.
Do you have a first place conference?
No. I got one.
Pipe down.
Sterling came all the smoke today.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yeah, it's beautiful. Man.
Hey, Aaron, I don't know if you've been tapped in on what we're discussing right now, but we're literally going down the list and we're talking about the Taylor Rooks, Jason Tatum conversation on star versus superstar here.
Oh, brother, I should not have tapped in. I've been out. I hate this conversation. Continue.
It's a good one to have.
Well, Aaron, so
it sucks because it's like it can change for everyone. Like Taylor said in the video, it's like Tatum can have one, she can have one, I can have one, you can have one. But it's like I eventually we're gonna have to get to a point where it's like, what is the standard here? Because it's never been. I don't think it's ever been this hard to say who a star is and who a superstar is.
Brother, it's not hard.
I don't think it's hard. Like, but you know what? For me, I think I'm a little bit more strict than Taylor Rooks is. Like, in my opinion, Steph, KD, LeBron, Giannis, Kawhi, Yoke.
I'm gonna be very honest.
And maybe Jimmy Butler.
Oh, what you about to say, Aaron? Let's hear
Even
this.
my baby.
I'm gonna be very honest. I don't think superstar is even really related to talent level to the degree that we think it is, in my opinion, right? Like, I feel like superstar is more so about like your name brand recognition, you know? And so like I feel like the superstar category is very finite. You have to be a very good player, but also recognizable to like somebody who does not follow the NBA. And if that's the case, it's probably like LeBron, Giannis, KD, Steph.
That might be it. Like
That might be fucking it.
In terms of name, in terms of namesake, in terms of ability and accolades.
And like that doesn't mean that like Jokic can't be a top 5 player, or
sure,
Embiid can't be a top 5 player, or top 3 player even, right? But
sure.
they're not a superstar in the sense that like my mom doesn't know who Joel Embiid is,
right?
Like, and that's okay. Like he's still a great player. He's still a Hall of Fame player. But that doesn't
right.
Yeah.
So it's about notoriety on there too.
Yeah.
Okay,
that makes
I
sense.
can see that. So hypothetically,
I can see
then
that.
realistically, the future, then with that, then we could say future superstars are like LaMelo, Luka, Zion.
Right. People who we know that the general public will recognize in the future, right? Yeah.
On all them. But okay, but what about Kawhi Leonard?
He's a superstar player. I mean, in terms of his basketball accolades, I think he's
I
fairly
don't think the normal person could tell you what team Kawhi plays for.
I think fairly recently he's been trying to get more of his brand out there. Like,
yeah.
Like he was in a music video with Drake for crying out loud. He's been in commercials, like he's been in commercials. Like he's been he's been doing more in the past 2 years.
By the way, shout out Kawhi for producing. I still think that's kind of crazy, but I don't know. I think that you have to have a combination of all of that, like, because the NBA is an entertainment business. Yes, you do have to be somewhat front facing in a company like that. And no, you can't have 12 people being able to do something like that. Which is why I thought it was crazy when Taylor Rooks said Kyrie Irving. Because he has all of the front facing, like he's been in a movie. I think he's made like some songs or whatnot. He has a pretty like decent, shoe and whatnot. I've heard some of them are really good and some of them are not. He definitely has a brand which he oddly begins to not tarnish, but makes it just very
self-sabotage.
His brand has changed.
It has that. That's a good way of it has changed. But what about a guy like, and I know he's lost a couple steps or two, and so I could see him not being. But what about James Harden?
I feel like Harden, I would put Harden in that category just because, like, I feel like people will be like, oh, the guy with the beard or whatever, right? The guy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like people recognize James Harden. I feel like he's probably like, I feel like he's the Mendoza line for like superstar in the sense that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, even the problem with a lot of this conversation is I think it's super easy to have this conversation if we're talking about players who are definitely very visible to not only basketball fans, but to fans of sports, to people who aren't even fans, who are like casuals, basically. People who will kind of keep certain things. Their kids got player shoes and their jerseys and all that other kind of casual stuff.
So you basically the sweats, bro. I understand.
I mean, listen, bro. James Harden's branding is, it's different a bit because granted, like we're not with the Houston Harden period of times anymore.
Right.
Like, he's a different guy right now, and like that's okay. I mean, granted, he's still known for for many things. He's still known for being at the foul line. He's known for his sponsorship with any strip club that's in the area, and Gentlemen's Club Chicken Fingers.
Yeah.
The foul merchant himself.
Those things make it easy to talk about this discussion because it's like, oh, well, I can name you the ones off the top of my head. These players here, and here. But I think when we get into like accolades, skill, the resume, I think that's where some people, it gets a little muddy. It gets a little muddy at. And so I wanted to show this clip. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because it's like 9 minutes, but I think these first 4 minutes. Jesus, I thought it was 2 minutes. These first couple minutes have been really good. And so it's just a very interesting conversation to have, and something that when Taylor Wicks said Kyrie Irving was a superstar, I was automatically frustrated because like she said that at the top of the conversation when Tatum had asked her. That was like at the top of the discussion. It's like 5 minutes left in the video, and it's like you're already setting a weird precedent as to how you judge superstars or judge who superstars are. And it's not it like, and the gap between like Giannis, Steph, KD, and Bron, like that's a considerable gap. All of them are champions or whatnot. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got another guest coming in. Wait for his audio to connect, though. It's connected now. Ladies and gentlemen, reigning, defending, undisputed NBA Flunkies 2022 champ.
Make some noise.
Boys is here. Let's welcome him.
Make some noise. Make some fucking noise.
Oh,
You hear
fucking
something?
brother.
You hear something?
Yeah, Valley Boys in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what's that nap?
What'd you say?
What's that nap? Y'all hear that?
You heard that? You heard that buzzing?
Yeah.
You heard that buzzing?
Yeah, you heard that, Sterling?
Nah. I
bro.
heard that song. We are the champions. I don't know what y'all hearing, but yeah, most recent champ. I'm glad I can join the pod a little late, but all I missed was Jason Tatum talking. That nigga is boring, bruh. Watching Jason Tatum speak is equivalent to watching paint dry. So his opinion on anything superstar related is immediately invalid. Continue.
I still watch.
You have the most boring nigga in the league talking about who's a superstar. That's so crazy. That's so crazy.
Well, hold on.
His
personality is boring as fuck. Oh my god, bro! I would hate to have him as my main superstar on a championship team. Oh my god, because he's talking like he's Devin Booker, and that nigga Devin Booker be pushing boring sometimes. But if you want to use that argument that Taylor Rooks saying like, "Yo, look, I'm a superstar," she was like, "Yo, Jason Tatum was like, yeah, I'm a superstar." I mean, she thinks he's a superstar, but she didn't say Devin Booker. They've been to the same place. They both been to the finals, except one of them's cooler.
Seasway.
Huh?
You're the best player in your favorite team is Jokic.
Yeah, he's funny. The Joker. Why do they call him that? They call him the Joker for a reason. He rides.
They call him the Joker because his name is Jokic.
No, the Joker, because he's a funny individual. Remember when he was like, I don't have to say this online, but when he was like, yeah, no pause or no homo.
That's not funny. That's the humor of an eighth grader.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just saying, you can point to
James Harden
stuff.
did it first.
You can point to you can point to different stuff that make Jokic an entertaining player, whether it's his passing, his nickname.
Here's what I'm going to ask you, though. Because when you listen to the interview, it sounds like, because Taylor in this conversation is a superstar. So I'm going to let this settle in. According to her metric that she has right now, you have to have some championship accolades to be up there in superstar category. So let's list some people because she said 6.
No. I don't even want to listen because she included Kyrie And one thing I'm not finna do
Kyrie is a
and
champion.
keep talking about Kyrie's 2016 ring, bro. Every single NBA player or analyst always brings up that 2016 ring like he can do no wrong anymore, bro. He hasn't made it out the first or second round in almost 10 years. Last
That's
time
actually-
Kyrie was
that's actually a fact. That's actually a fact.
Last time Kyrie was super relevant, bro. I hadn't even got to college yet, bro. I didn't got to college yet. That's the last time he had basketball success.
So you said Kyrie really tricking
Stop
folks,
bringing
bro?
up that ring. First of all, LeBron carried. Let's keep it a bean. But yeah, Kyrie did his thing, but we're not going to keep using the Kyrie ring argument as a way to validate him as a top 5 player because people do
I'm not validating that. I'm
Who's
telling
boss
you.
at sports?
I'm telling you. I'm telling you to according to what Taylor Rooks has presented, and there being quote unquote only 6 superstars. Realistically, that means her list would include LeBron, Steph, KD, Giannis, and the 5th spot would be would have Kyrie up there.
It'll be Kawhi.
Don't fall into that category.
But you know what? And here's the problem with that, adding the rings to that argument, is because if you look at any superstar in that realm, if we're using the same argument, like, okay, say for instance, we have 6 superstars in the league, but let's push it back to 2000, between the early 2000 to 2007.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the NBA superstars didn't have rings at that point because you'll say, oh, Kobe, T-Mac, Grant Hill, Allen Iverson, Tim Duncan. You're not naming Kenny Smith just because you're not naming Robert Horry in that category.
Well, Robert Horry wasn't a superstar at all.
Hey, but I'm saying
he was a great
use that ring. Yeah, but I'm saying like the superstars of the early 2000s, none of them niggas had rings. Vince Carter did not have a ring, but he was seen as a superstar. Taylor Rooks would even say that, yeah, Vince was a superstar at that point in time. So if you're using that championship argument, I don't think we can really do it because nobody was putting fucking I don't even know who had won a ring at that point, but yeah, y'all not putting some of the so y'all not putting certain individuals on Slam magazine or things of that nature. If you're talking about superstar, we gotta look at the whole thing. I think Aaron mentioned like, we gotta look at the whole entire argument.
No, offense. They sure as hell ain't putting Jokic on magazine covers.
Oh, stop it, because Dirk was definitely on there. So stop. Get off Jokic's dick. Get off Jokic's dick. Get off his dick right now. Get off his dick right now. Here's what I'm saying. No. Get off his dick right now. Here's what I'm saying. Yo, Steve Nash, one of the most popular NBA players of that time period, all over the place, bro. Dirk, all over the place. These are before they won rings. Before they even touched playoff success. So you can be a superstar without running rings. About like you just have to have some level of success in the playoffs.
Were people calling Steve Nash a superstar?
I don't remember that. I just remember he was on a good team.
I really Cecil, you were like 4. No, Cecil, you were 4 when that happened. I don't think you can.
I'm not talking about Dallas Mavericks Steve Nash. You know it, Aaron. You know I'm talking about.
Steve Nash. You were 6 when he was on the Suns. I don't get what we're talking about here.
Stop it. You gotta understand. Who was the most
wait, hold on.
Look, because you had Steve Nash, you had Tony Parker, you had Chris Paul. Those are the top 3. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that
Tony Parker a superstar.
No one calls that. First off.
Oh, this is crazy. This is
Tony Parker a superstar. You trying to tell me Tony Parker was? Shut up.
At that time period, he was.
Hold on.
Sterling, I gotta make my point because Tony Parker was leading this championship Spurs team to rings. He also was dating a celebrity.
No one calls him. We all know Tim. I can't let you do that, bro. I can't let you do that, bro.
He was in the public eye.
So we just gonna forget about Jason Kidd.
Ain't no fucking way.
We just gonna forget about Jason Kidd.
Ain't no way, boy.
Jason Kidd.
You know.
You that same logic. Jason Kidd's the same as Steve Nash because he was also not winning rings.
I mean,
I can't allow Seasway to get away with that, bro. No one was calling Tony Parker no damn superstar, bro. We all know who wore the big hat. He won the number 21.
Bro,
but
to be fair, Tony Parker got a Finals MVP, bro. So
Oh my
exactly,
God!
exactly.
I mean, he still got Finals
He's not a
MVP.
superstar.
I
Yeah,
would
Tony
agree, I
Parker
would
doesn't have to be a
agree.
superstar. Shut up.
Who was the most
So
popular player on the Spurs at that time period?
so
Was
Finals
Tony
MVP don't.
Parker? Tony Parker was the most popular player on the Spurs at that team. Nah, but he was the most
I
popular
don't.
player on that team. He was the most
And
popular.
this is why I think the
Tony
superstar
Parker.
conversation is stupid. Because niggas like C's come in here and tell me that Tony Parker's a superstar.
Bro, that's
He
I
was.
mean, internationally, he is. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
we talking about in the
Nationally,
NBA, bro.
That's why it's really
But hold on, bro. But if we're using Aaron's, criteria from earlier, it goes both on the court and off the court. So we're going based on that metric that you have to include Tony Parker. That's
If
fine.
you ask your mom who Tony Parker is, could she tell you?
That
Stop it.
Yes,
She would
she
know.
could. Yes, she
Every
could.
mom
Yes,
knows
she
Tony
could.
Parker because he dated
that
Eva
then validates
Longoria.
Dirk.
That is
He
true.
dated Eva Longoria, and Dirk was a superstar when he was in his prime. But you're not
Okay,
going to sit here and tell me.
Mm.
I'm saying, like, if I'm talking about prime players right now, you got to look at the whole spectrum. Was Grant Hill not a superstar in his prime? Yeah, he was. He was probably top 3. Everybody knew who Grant Hill was.
Yes, and everybody said.
you know what I'm saying?
I just
You have to
don't
say he
think
was a
that somebody who
superstar.
was averaging 12 points was a superstar, bro.
Stop it, Aaron. He was bro. You have to understand the amount of not only first of all, don't disrespect Grant Hill. Prime Grant Hill was putting up numbers. And then he was the number
talking
one
about
option
Tony
to a lot of
Parker.
niggas. Oh, but look, Tony Parker. Okay, I'm just saying for his prime in that time period, you can't deny that he was a top 3 point guard in the NBA. You can't deny that. And you can't deny he was probably the most popular player on the Spurs at that time.
I don't think he was. No.
Ball Sack Sports is about to report.
It's on you.
Let me put my hat on. So, Aaron, your metrics according to being a superstar, right, is your performance and your notoriety, correct?
Correct.
All right. Well, guess what? Someone throw Chris Paul up there because Mr. State Farm.
Hey, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Chris Paul is a superstar. Lord.
Hey, CP0 rings. He fits that description. I hate to say it.
This is why I say, in my opinion, personal opinion, you got to have a championship to be a superstar. For me personally, I like
superstar is not a basketball category though. It's not a basketball thing. It goes beyond basketball.
You said the media created this, bro.
Yeah, it's a media creation.
I agree with that, but the only way, in my opinion, to even get to that point, it's like a catch-22. It's like, yeah, it has so much more to do than just basketball, but in order to even get to that point, you have to have some sort of success in the game of basketball.
I disagree because you have to look at it like this. Say, for instance, Jimmy Butler played the Warriors in the NBA Finals this year, and he won.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was going to call Jimmy Butler a superstar after he won. Like, nobody's going to call Jimmy Butler. He's a star, sure, but Jimmy Butler hasn't eclipsed that superstar status. For instance, Kawhi.
Why wouldn't he?
I'm
saying because niggas like you, RJ, in the middle of the playoffs. I'm gonna throw all you out right here. Niggas like you in the middle of the playoffs, like, bro, the Heat. Nobody want to see the fucking Heat. You weren't saying that. The Heat are boring. You were saying that all season, like, bro. And certainly you were saying it too. Y'all was up here saying, y'all, bro, this Heat team just like, bro, ain't nobody worth watching on this shit.
Nah,
y'all were saying that.
I don't recall saying that. I don't recall saying that.
Did you hear them niggas saying that?
I said that about Boston. I might have said that about Boston.
I was niggas.
Yeah, thank you. See, one of the niggas is here.
Listen, look.
Because there's no superstar.
I'm not talking about the Heat. I'm talking about Jimmy Butler. I mean,
exactly.
what he did on that.
He's supposedly the superstar of the team, though.
But what he's done on that Heat, I mean, he's been
phenomenal.
He went to
that doesn't make
the conference finals in 2020, and then he went back again. It was a 3-point shot away from basically going back to the finals.
But that don't make him a superstar because nobody know him outside of sports fans. Like,
facts,
yes,
bro,
you appreciate his greatness because you love basketball. Regular people don't care about Jimmy Butler.
I see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
If you ask anybody, their top
I guess
right now, Jimmy Butler's not in there.
I guess I'm viewing more from the basketball lens.
Yes, you're talking about elite
From the
players.
other
I am
side.
talking about
But
Yeah.
casuals, bro. Casuals don't know who Jimmy Butler is.
So the aspect of branding has to be implied along with play at this
That
point.
I
At
think
this
so.
yes.
I think
So at this,
Yeah.
at
Doesn't
this
Tatum
point,
have that?
I mean, but
I think Tatum's getting there.
yeah.
yeah,
Like
he's
you said,
He's definitely
that's what-
getting there. He's definitely getting there.
But like I said, his personality is just lacking. That's why Ja's more popular than Tatum.
We don't care about Ja. Only Aaron.
It is why Ja's more popular than Tatum, but I will
We
not
don't
call
care
Ja a superstar.
We don't care.
Yeah,
about
Ja's not a superstar.
Shut up, Sterling. Your best player is Debo.
Is that?
let's not do that though. Let's not do that.
But Devo got more pull than Ja, dude. What you talking about?
Stop it.
No,
Anyways,
This
well,
is weird.
this is a good convo. Good convo. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here for the next one.
I
That
guess
shit.
I guess I will just normally always look at, because like the accolades will come, but you have to do something on the basketball side. Like but today is different though, because social media is very present. You can be very active on that. Like a guy like Zion, who hasn't really touched the court. I mean, even the last time he touched the court, he was an all-star and averaged 27 points per game. He hasn't, relatively speaking, hasn't been on the court that much compared to his counterparts. RJ Barrett and Cam Reddish and John, all of them. Like
you gotta
been on the court that much, but he does have a front-facing kind of image, even though.
Bro,
well, let's be honest. Adam Silver is pushing Zion like I've never seen anyone pushed like this.
I don't think Adam Silver had to push Zion, bro.
Nah.
The Pelicans got
they've been pushed. Anytime
Bro, Zion
New
been
Orleans
pushed since he was 13
on primetime TV once a week. No, the commissioner is pushing.
I blame House of Highlight.
I blame Adam Silver.
No, that's not
highlights is crazy.
Because, bro, you gotta understand, he been Zion. Look, same thing with LaMelo. LaMelo had more followers than almost every NBA player before he even got to the league. That nigga had more followers than fucking Booker while he was in high school, bro. Like, yeah. That's the basketball we're in now. It's like more like Mikey Williams. And some of these high school players are more popular than your NBA players. They're more marketable. And that's kind of what builds superstars at that other aspect of superstar, that marketing aspect of superstar.
It is a marketing aspect. I mean, Ball is Life has done a bang up job in their capturing basically all things elite high school sports.
Gas these niggas up, bro.
I don't know how many of them even work out anyway.
Julian Newman did.
What happened to Akil Carr? But
hey, don't do that. Don't do that, because he was definitely a bucket, bro.
Mixtapes I've ever seen.
Best high school mixtape of all time, bro. We're not gonna do him like that.
Austin Rivers don't exist.
I mean, to be fair, bro,
Akil Carr had one of the best mixtapes I've ever seen, and it was nuts.
No, Seventh Woods
had a good one. Austin Rivers had a good one.
This might be a good segue type shit.
They had some really good ones, I will say, but I mean, yeah, this star talk will forever be an ongoing conversation as long as people are watching basketball and whatnot. And so we'll leave it at that. Next topic, I think we're going to start getting into some more Flunkies related stuff. So I asked this question to you guys, folks, when we were streaming on Twitch, which, by the way, follow us on Twitch again, twitch.tv/NBA Flunkies. We do all things 2K, GTA, Warzone, Elden Ring. Might even throw a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh on there. Any other game? You know what I'm saying? LMB, shout out the Late Night Boys. Another faction out of the NBA Flunkies group. You know, we've got Ball Sack Sports reporting live here. Shout out to you, our lead reporter, showing up in full representation. We got to get some hats, by the way, or something like that. Something crazy. Got to get something.
Hey, RJ,
crazy.
RJ.
Yeah,
I got a suggestion for you.
Sure.
All right, pink slips, but we do it over multiverses.
Oh my god.
Oh. So we got
Nasty
this
work,
conversation back. You know what? Y'all have been talking about pink slips for a while now.
I'm saying.
I just want to
Talking
say
about pink
I
slips since the-
appreciate it. I appreciate it. I just got to
Bro,
say,
just do the pink slip over Warzone, bro. You feel me? It's a private match.
any cross play game, I'm open to it.
Hey, Bugs Bunny Maine, Aaron.
But
Bugs Bunny Maine, you're a sicko. You need God in your life.
I think more than ever, since it's year 5, I'm open to that kind of idea. But the league has got to be on board for that.
Oh, for sure. I'm just saying,
I'll put a poll out for our league and be like, yo, pink slips, y'all want to break? Because Chris was talking to Cordell about pink slips crazy. He was like,
oh yeah, on the Warzone, man. Yeah.
I think that was on like Thursday.
Yeah, whoever gets the most kills. Yeah, whoever
Yeah,
gets the
it
most
was like
kills.
you got to give up your 7th round pick. I'm like, that's a random number. I like not the
No, your 7th round can.
That's an important number, though.
That can be a championship making pick. I'd say if you get it right.
But I feel like something like one-on-one, like a multiverse or something else, right? Something that's like more like one-on-one versus like Warzone is like it's super dependent like who you run into. You run into 5 bots, okay, you got 5 kills or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Whereas you run into 5 sweats, you might be done for.
Whereas I that's a good point. That's a good point. And I think see, like I would see if we do bring in and implement pink slips, which I'm probably more fine with it now than I was 2 years ago or 3 years ago. I would have to limit it. Like, okay, everybody in the league, you get 2 or 3 chances to catch a pink slip on somebody. If you and that's the thing is like, well, if you win, do you keep that pink slip one or do you just lose it regardless? You know?
I think it should just be one, bro. You
get one in a season.
Yep.
I feel like, hear me out. So I feel like you get 2. Let me figure this out.
See,
bro,
like
it gotta be one, bro.
We would have to put some serious parameters on it because, like,
if it's one, like then it should be like you get it until you lose. You know?
Oh, so it's like a temporary pink slip.
It's like it's like a challenge flag, right? Like like I should lose my challenge because I was right and you was wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, like, and the other thing too is like, are we going to have to regulate like what kinds of players are able to be pink slipped or not? Because
I feel like you can get
because it's like, yo, because if that's the case, yo, I'll pink slip you, Raul Neto, for Steph Curry. Like that's kind of
the numbers got match up.
I think we'll have to have some sort of approval.
I would say no gap over a 10-point differential.
Even that's a lot, bro.
I feel like you could like do like a franchise tag thing or whatever, right? Where it's like you get like, I don't know, 2 franchise tags, right? And it's like, all right, I place these on these 2 niggas or whatever, right? You can pink slip whoever else, right?
Oh yeah, you do have that untouchable thing on the app
that would technically make it like a quote unquote keepers league, air quotes.
Well, I mean, technically it would, but you can still trade that player if you want.
Yeah, you can still like trade that player or whatever, right?
For pink slips. Yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point. I see these are good ideas. I like these ideas. And like I said, I'm a little bit more open to it now than when Chris and Sterling were doing that bullshit.
Hey, Aaron.
What's up?
Dark. That was kind of nuts.
Hey, Aaron, you know it's kind of funny to hear old commits all open minded, but when we brought back not want to reward niggas like Westbrook yesterday, he was like, nah. Ain't that crazy to you, Aaron?
You know, it's real interesting, you know, but you know, I feel like this idea is a win-win for everyone, right? You know, we get to implement pink slips. We give RJ content on his little Twitch stream, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, that's facts. He definitely was a stickler yesterday, talking about some. I would never change the score. Never change the scoring system for shot chuckers.
Hey, Aaron, do you hear Ron
No,
J
I
say
just
that?
no. I basically just was saying that to be honest, I had no plans of changing because we've been iterating on the scoring system so much. I kind of thought that like we hit a pretty decent kind of middle ground last year where it's like, okay, let's
I
give
just
it
have a
a try
problem
this
with
year, and then
you
next
saying-
year, if we still want to change something, I'll probably be more open to it.
I am glad
That was
we
my
got-
thinking.
I'm glad that we got rid of the thing where at one point our scoring system, you got a point for attempting a field goal. And that was insanity.
Yeah, yeah.
shot
But
checking,
but
bruh.
but for context with that though is the points, like even 3-pointers and things like that, they weren't that high. Like our point system has exponentially changed since the first year. Exponent, to your point, those types of things were happening. Threes weren't worth that much. Steals and blocks surely weren't worth anywhere near what they're worth now. And so, you know, I'm thinking like maybe next year, if we want to, you know, maybe change it, I might be like, okay.
Like I said,
real quick,
I don't want to die on
penalize
that hill. I just don't think shot takers should be rewarded for, you know, gunning their way through a season or whatever. But that is what it is, right? I'm willing to make concessions, right?
Sure.
Yeah. I'm just glad we got rid of that bullshit. Because at one time, that field goal attempts +1 had me in hell.
Yeah. well,
Hey,
to your point,
wait, can we
something like that? Like Steph Curry was like top 10, like, or he might have been top 5 fantasy player that year. That stuff was going on, and it's like basically most of the best players the past couple years have been the forwards and bigs, basically, because we reward steals and blocks, and if you make a 3-point shot.
Hey, Seasway, can we talk about the elephant in the room, bruh?
What up?
You know, old commish has it out for a certain player, bruh.
Which one?
Which one?
The one that wouldn't be taken in the 10th round.
Oh yeah. You know what? Hey, Keyshawn, when we get to breakout players, bro, I'm gonna bring them up. I'm gonna bring it up. No, don't worry. The world's gonna hear this.
That's exactly where I'm going. That's exactly where I'm going.
The world's gonna hear this, Keyshawn. Don't worry.
Okay, so let me set it up, and then we can kind of dig into it. Okay, so I've had this question going around the past couple weeks. Really like last week. For the folks who were on our stream, I had this small conversation with folks. I'm not even sure if our mics picked it up or not. I didn't check. But I was asking the question on who do we think would be stars who could have a breakout kind of season this year in our fantasy league. And I've gotten like a wide swath of names, but I wanted to bring this to the podcast here officially and really get people's opinions and whatnot on record. I have a couple, and for context for what Keyshawn and Seasway are about to bring up, there was a conversation even before that about PJ Tucker, of which I'm gonna leave there. And if you guys want to bring it up so we can get to the meaty question.
Seasway, would you mind taking the reins?
Yeah, of course. So it was one pleasant day. It was a peaceful afternoon, actually. We was just discussing, you know, good NBA basketball, and so I said, you know what, this fantasy league. You know, season's coming up. I wonder how far the corner specialist and defensive menace, PJ Tucker, I wonder where he'll go in the draft. You know what I'm saying? Where would he go in the draft?
Really quick. I gotta pause you really quick. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta wait for his audio to connect. We have a new guest. Or new flunky coming in.
Here comes the old man.
Here we go. Come on.
Pushing 30 in the chat.
You're holding us up and connect it.
Fix your Wi-Fi, bro. Oh my goodness.
Oh, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Sam Brown here from Faith and Effort.
Listen, man.
Give him a hand. Oh, Jesus. I hit the wrong button. There we go. What's going on? Good to see you, brother.
Now, why didn't y'all meet him with ire like y'all did with me?
Because you're loud.
Well,
I'll say we don't hate Sam Brown.
he gets on our nerves, but it's like,
you know, he's silly, but you know, that's not that.
Yeah,
I'd
silly.
rather be hated than called silly as a grown man. Personally, I'm good.
Brother, I called you a gnat.
Right. Call me silly in this motherfucker, bro. That's crazy.
He's silly.
Niggas called me a child.
Call me a gnat,
better
bro.
than
That's
being
crazy.
reduced to an insect. I'd say. It's probably
Yeah, Aaron. Now that I think about it, bro, that's so out of pocket, bro. You know what? Bet. Yeah, I got something for you.
Oh, Seasway, continue. We're Sam Brown, for context, we're talking about fantasy players who we think are gonna have breakout seasons this year. And Keyshawn and Seasway are fitting to bring up something that happened like a month ago. So Seasway, continue.
See, Keyshawn, how he's had to say it's a month ago when it's really fresh in our minds, bro.
It
So-
was a month ago. It was a
Now-
month
now-
ago.
Now, listen. We
happened
had
a
this
month ago.
conversation. We was talking about this NBA champion, PJ Tucker, and how important he is to a lot of people's teams. And me and Keyshawn just saying, yeah, he's gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? Me and my fellow Ball Stack Sports, I'm the Valley Division, the fashion district, things of that nature. Thank you, Keyshawn, for the opportunity once again. I just think that. So I said, where do y'all think this NBA champion PJ Tucker will be drafted in the Flunkies? And RJ, with the most disrespect you can have to a player, said, no earlier than the 10th round.
Yo.
Thank you, Sam Brown.
Yo.
Okay.
RJ refused. RJ refused to give this man any credit past the last round in the Flunkies draft. He even went to say he could potentially go undrafted. Undrafted, he said. Now,
Brother, if
that's
y'all
a
draft
bullshit
PJ
to
Tucker,
us.
y'all
You basically said he's Tony Snell.
What did you say, Aaron?
If any of y'all draft PJ Tucker, you're unserious.
But all right, so hear me out. So if you're talking like the last like 2 rounds, like you just trying to fill in your team. You telling me that PJ Tucker and Tony Snell the same caliber fantasy players?
Yes, they got the same amount of upside. None.
Just stop it. Stop it.
Yo.
Stop it. I won't sit here and let you do what RJ did.
PJ Tucker last year. PJ Tucker last year averaged 7.6 points and 5 rebounds.
40 fantasy points, Aaron. 40 fantasy points. Solid. That's a number 9 or 8 pick.
Bro.
That's a number 9 or 8 pick.
40, in our league, like 40 is like the new 30. Yeah, I remember how we was viewing them 30. It was like, damn. We gotta grab them. Like 40 is the new 30, at least how I look at it. Now, let me also say in my defense, for clarity in this conversation, I did not evoke Tony Snell in this conversation. That's a whole nother level. Aaron might have a point in terms of upside, but like I did not but I did definitely say everything else that Seasway.
In the 9th or 10th round, you should be looking for players that can pop that you aren't thinking about. You should not be looking for a 15-year vet that's going to be coming off the bench. Like, what are we doing?
Every team needs vets, guys? Aaron. Every team needs vets.
Your fantasy team doesn't?
Huh?
Yo.
Oh, stop it. We had a vet.
What locker room culture does your fantasy team need, Seasley?
Gordon Hayward.
Get a grip on reality.
Gordon Hayward got a vet.
But Gordon Hayward is not going in the 10th round. PJ Tucker might. PJ Tucker might. PJ Tucker. Look, and also let me use the exact verbiage I also used that night. I'll be damned if you catch me drafting a nigga like PJ Tucker in the 10th round. Catch me on the 12th or 13th side of the draft.
So disrespectful, bro.
Bro, but I also said no disrespect to PJ Tucker. I like him. He's in a Sixers uni. You saying we're gonna defend his honor. PJ Tucker is good, but come on, we're talking about fantasy here.
I ain't gonna hold you. The Sixers signing PJ Tucker had me feeling like when they signed Al Horford, and I'm sick.
God, I'm sorry. Why are we treating PJ Tucker like a Make-A-Wish kid, bro? Like, stop this.
PJ Tucker has the best shoe collection in the NBA. I feel like that's enough to get drafted. But we
He's
can go
not
ahead and move on.
starting.
We can go ahead.
Like,
we can
what
go
are we
ahead and move on.
doing?
He is.
All I'm
Starting.
saying is, listen, man.
He's
If
starting
y'all
on the league
my
fit
man
starting
Ben,
five.
Oh my
God.
god!
please
You hear
want Ben
this?
Simmons this
Do
year.
we hear this right now?
You
First
said
team
damn.
all
You
league
said
fits.
you
NBA
said damn
champion
nation
first
Doc.
team all league fits, bro.
You
Look,
said damn
Yeah,
nation
yeah,
Doc gonna
Sterl,
start that game.
Damnation Doc. Shout out my boy, Damnation Doc. Damnation Dale seen him yesterday.
Yo, that tweet
But,
about Doc crazy. They looked up
But
search it.
but
They
look,
out of pocket.
RJ, who want to start on the breakout players? What context are we using for breakout? Like, what are the
Colin
parameters?
Sexton.
What are the
Breakout-
parameters though?
So what I meant by break, because I think you guys did ask me this question a few days ago.
Hold on 1 second, RJ. We have breaking news in the NBA. The Knicks have signed Ryan Archidiakono. I just feel like that's important.
Oh, really?
Why would they
I
do
just
that
feel
to
like
themselves?
Why are we doing
So what?
this?
We got the Villanova Knicks now. Is that what's going on?
Bro, we don't.
Good lord.
Bro,
right,
listen, that
you're
man
good.
he's not in the Bulls jersey no more, so I don't care. He very
Man, wasn't he out the league? I don't know where he was before.
out the league.
Pretty sure he was.
Knicks aren't a real organization, bro. Like Aaron would like to say, but
They're not. It's kind of sad. All my Villanova boys are going there, but what can you do?
Anybody that go to the Knicks besides Darren Rose, career is going down.
Years are going to die. It's kind of like the field of dreams of sports for basketball.
Or Malik's team in fantasy. Same difference.
That stray was
That's
mean.
a crazy stray.
That shit was mean.
That's crazy. But I think to your question on what parameters, I mean, the best parameter I could have is obviously having a huge bump in fantasy points. I mean, that's how we kind of judge who is having breakout seasons. It's like, oh, they jumped up like a guy like Kyle Kuzma, huge breakout season. Darius Garland, John Morant, DeJounte Murray, those kinds of guys who are having huge breakout seasons and points and really adding, contributing to their respective fantasy teams. Those are the kinds of players that I'm kind of, and also, from players that we saw last year who they might have been traded, or players where they might have a new opportunity to fulfill a bigger role on their teams.
Sexton,
I definitely. Okay, so
guys like that.
Sexton, THT.
Nigga, did you say THT? Nigga, shut the fuck up.
I'm only saying that because he's going. But think about it like this, bro. He's gonna get a more expanded role in Utah, bro.
So he can go from 20 shots to 30? No.
He said breakout, right? He's gonna have a chance to shot you, bro.
He gonna have a chance to shine down there. Ball Don't Stop had said something similar to that. Shout out that guy, even though I have my disagreements with him. But
I'm going with
I don't see it, bro.
Spurs forward. Keldon Johnson.
Keldon Johnson. You did mention him a few days ago.
He was hooping at the end of last season. He was hooping, and with Murray gone, he might.
Also Lonnie Walker's gone. Thad Young is gone. DeJounte's gone. I think their other big man is gone as well. I forget what their names were.
I'm gonna be a little. I'm gonna be a bias.
Yacaperto's gone too. I mean, Yacaperto's still there though. So
yeah,
they're tanking. So any Spurs player is gonna be high on the just shot checking or like
Josh Primo on that team.
And yeah, lovely. He'll be a valuable this year. So
he might hoop this year.
Devin Vassell might be a certain Spurs players.
Trey Jones.
Oh, Trey Jones. Shoot. Yeah, they got.
Can someone convince me that Josh Primo knows how to play basketball?
He's only 17, Aaron.
I just only seen a couple games that he was hooping.
He's only 17.
Couple games.
Like, is there actual footage of him playing basketball?
Yeah, and Pop was getting on his ass, but that's why he's gonna be great for real.
Okay, all right.
You just watch this season.
How DeJounte was talking on the way out. Not how he was talking about the Spurs as an organization.
I ain't saying the boy bad. I'm just saying I ain't never seen the boy play basketball.
Hey man. But those are some good ones. Sam Brown, you were gonna mention some folks.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna sound a little biased, but I feel like he about to come into his own. My man Maxey.
Tyrese Maxey. I can see that.
I think he's going to jump. I think he's going to jump like fantasy, like I guess ranking where he was at last year to now.
Yeah, you know what? What did he average last year? And who had him on their team, by the way? Was it Chris?
He was tossed around a little bit. I had him.
Oh, you had him too. So it was one of y'all then. I think it was Chris though who had him last year. He averaged 65 fantasy points last year. Well, 64.5.
I feel like he going to reach 80s, bro. I feel like he can do it. Maybe not crazy consistently, but he going to do it.
Like he might jump like 5 or 10 fantasy points, 75. I mean 70, 75.
Like
Yeah,
He's gonna be the starting shooting guard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
50 point jump.
And he ain't afraid to go get a bucket, bro. That's what I like about Maxey. He'll go get a bucket, bro.
Y'all got too many people not afraid to get a bucket. Y'all got shot tuckers, Harden, DeAnthony Melton, Joel Embiid. Y'all ain't gonna there's not enough passing on y'all team.
Listen, man. Harden about that. He threw that cake off the boat. He cool. He ain't eating snacks.
Yo, that's
yeah. He very, very much not environmentally friendly, bro.
He threw that shit off with like second thought about it.
Yeah.
He's like, man, get this out of my face. No, okay. You know what? I'm gonna say a couple, and then I'm gonna throw out a couple names. You guys say yes or no. Give me Tyrese Halliburton. I think it's absolutely messed up what the Sacramento Kings did to him, but I think he's gonna absolutely shine. I got
some bad news for you, brother. He plays for the Indiana Pacers.
Well, in his case, that might be good news. He can do whatever he wants.
Brother, when's the last time the Pacers had a guard?
Damn, that's a great George Hill.
Oh yeah.
Well, Sam. hey, Sam Hood would tell you T.J. McConnell.
Lance Stevenson, it's bad.
Yeah, I feel like it's Lance Stevenson.
None. No, they haven't had any in a minute.
Okay, I mean, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. Like, logically, it makes sense, right? But it's the Indiana Pacers.
Do you think it's worse him being there than it was in Sacramento?
Yeah, because he had a running mate in Sacramento that I feel like could take pressure off of him, right? So it's like, Fox is taking away touches, but like he's also not facing the number one defender every single night. You know,
there's no pressure at the end to win anything, bro. I ain't
fair. That's fair.
Yeah, but I feel like
he can do whatever he wants to.
I feel like we have to get away from that idea that just because there's a one individual on a team that they can do whatever they want, that they're going to put up big numbers, because that necessarily isn't true all the time. Like, you got to look back at even when Aaron drafted De'Aaron Fox high that year, last season, just because he was like, yeah, he going to have basically the keys to the offense. He ended up not having that greatest season until Halliburton got traded. So I feel like we'd be getting tricked a lot of times by these teams that don't have a lot of production players. I mean, like I drafted SDA, and he's the only person on the Thunder.
I don't agree with great numbers,
but
exactly. I see your point, though. I do see your point. I don't exactly agree with that, and I'm gonna give you a couple examples. When Trae Young was in Atlanta, did absolutely whatever he really wanted. There's really no other running mate there. Well, Cade was a rookie, so I guess I really can't count that, but I mean, he has all the keys to the team. You could kind of say Luka, because KP really literally only played half the time. Bradley Beal. Oh my God, Bradley Beal. What about Bradley Beal? He literally could do whatever. He did whatever. That 2021 season where he was competing with Steph for the scoring title.
When Westbrook was on the team,
whatever you want.
All right, but we talking about Bradley Beal and Tyler Halliburton. Let's not forget that. Like it also requires a level of like Bradley Beal, a superstar.
No, he's not.
Shut the fuck up.
No, he's not. He's not a superstar.
All-Star, my fault.
We already
All-Star.
All-Star for sure.
All-star
That's
for sure.
That was my
There you
bad.
go.
All-Star.
All
But
good,
like
all
Kyle
good, all good.
Halliburton's like he could still play in the rookie versus sophomore game.
That's
I think I got one for you. I got one for you. I think it's interesting. I'm
Okay.
not saying that he'll be like the top scorer in the league, but I think he'll make a significant jump from whatever he was producing last year. I think it's PJ Washington's time.
Thank you.
With
Thank
the
you.
removal of
Miles
Montrezl Harrell and Miles Bridges being up in the air, there's now a role at the 4/small ball 5 that if he's going to be an NBA player, this is the year he has to show that, right?
He needs to do.
Yeah.
Brother's free from the clutches of Brittany Renner. So he
Well,
does.
let me ask you.
Hold up, I
Let
got
me
to
ask y'all a quick question because, granted, this dude's never really been a flunky favorite, but I think it's interesting after he just got traded not too long ago and seeing that other guys are still on the block.
Yeah.
What do y'all think Lauri Markkanen can do in Utah?
Nothing. I think he's gonna put up the same stats he did in Cleveland.
Yeah, like I feel like Lowry's the type of guy he'll get you 14-7, and he'll get you 14-7. I don't think he'll get you 14-7 on a 20-win team. He'll get you 14-7 on a 45-win team. You know,
and he'll trick you in the process. Like when I traded,
I feel like
Kevin
he's
Love.
just Andre Drummond, European. You know, like
Look. When I traded Lauri Markkanen for Kevin Love, and Lauri Markkanen snapped on his first game back, and all y'all was on my dick about trading away Lauri Markkanen, and then he proceeded to shit his way to a terrible rest of the season, and Kevin Love expanded his role. Like,
Hold on, really quick. What is that in the background? I hear music. Is that somebody's music? Okay, I don't hear it now. That was weird.
Erlen was probably playing 2K.
Oh.
I just don't think Lauri Markkanen is worth bringing up in a lot of situations.
What about RJ Barrett, yo? I feel like RJ Barrett about to have a good year. And he got the most pressure. He got a bag, bro.
Yeah, for what he just got money-wise, he needs to. And what he really needs to do is use his right hand.
Man in New York. He could take over as a man in New York.
Well, listen, the Southpaw Knicks are not going to sit here and get it done just going left, bro. Yo, they going to have to learn how to use their right hands, bro.
The Southpaw Knicks is so crazy.
I hope I'm
think
wrong,
RJ.
but I don't know if RJ Barrett is.
What was he averaging? He was averaging about like 45.
I mean, but when you talk about when you say RJ Barrett, what do you mean? Like, what improvements are you seeing? Is he gonna be an all-star?
I just 71. I feel like his confidence is just there now. Like from last year, what I saw, I feel like his confidence is there, and that's all he needed. Because RJ Barrett really, like, he could get to a bucket, bro.
I think if the Knicks got rid of Tibbs, I would agree with Sam Brown that I think it's RJ Barrett's time to like flourish. I just feel like it's year 3 with Tibbs. This is when Tibbs teams start to fall apart.
Yeah.
So like I just don't know like logistically like how that team is just gonna function. So I would just be scared to like pick him because of that.
Yeah, but they're gonna be dead 2 weeks into the season.
Tibbs loves to run people into the ground.
He's like, God, I'm tired. Okay, let me throw out one player here, and I'm surprised he hasn't come up yet, because I've heard this name throughout the entire summer.
Oh God,
Ben Simmons. I'm off. I'm not fully off,
bro.
Are y'all on board or are y'all off board? Because
I jumped ship a long time ago.
Listen, Simmons gonna be him next season.
You think so, Sterl?
Fantasy wise, yeah.
Okay.
If he played, yes, if he plays.
If he plays,
what fantasy numbers could he possibly produce that a regular guard can't? Like, are you taking Halliburton? Are you taking Simmons over Halliburton?
And listen,
are you taking Simmons over Halliburton? Answer me that question, Sterling.
I feel like they'll be comparable
would.
numbers just because of the fact that
Because
he
I
rebounds
probably would.
at such a higher rate than any other
Yeah.
guard, you know?
Like, I probably
Yeah.
would take him over because the rebounds and steals, like the defense
But
he
he can't
provides, is
shoot. Halliburton will get
Yeah,
those
but
numbers off,
I'm
off
gonna
his
be
4
honest,
threes a
bruh.
game.
But
Simmons,
he'll get like
Simmons,
12 assists.
yo,
Like,
Simmons
he was
is in
a very viable
Simmons is in a
fantasy
great
option
situation.
before he decided to stop playing basketball. And like, if he
Literally.
decides to play basketball again, I feel like he'll be a viable option again. You know,
He's gonna be
like,
playing
am I going to
center
take him as my lead guard? Probably not, but like,
if he
I feel
plays
like
the
he's a
guard.
viable option. You know,
So
They
If
might
the,
throw that
if the
nigga
Nets can
at the
stay
center,
healthy
bro.
with their if the Nets can stay healthy with their big three out there, I think Simmons will have a great year just due to the fact that he's got KD and Kyrie who can both score the ball out there. Like most of the time, like let's be honest, Ben Simmons doesn't work well with Joel Embiid and stuff like that, mainly because I guess where Embiid plays, Simmons has to play. In my end, I mean, nigga not shooting the ball. So at that point, he has to play close to the paint. Joel Embiid normally in the paint most of the time, outside of when he's shooting mid-range jump shots that he don't always need to be shooting. But I mean, KD and Kyrie can sit here and really just make their own shot whatsoever. Like Ben Simmons won't have trouble, and I think like
Yo,
but
Ben
y'all
at
are
the
that Curry out there too.
Ben at the
But
5
hold
is
on.
tough in 2022.
But hold on, let me ask y'all this. But like y'all are saying, yeah, when he got people to pass, he got like KD, Kyrie, Joe Harris, success to pass to. What happens when Ben Simmons doesn't have the ball in his hands? Because y'all are talking like Ben Simmons just gonna create shot opportunities for all these niggas. Like, what happens when Ben Simmons? What happens when KD brings the ball up the court, or Kyrie brings the ball up the court? He gonna turn to Andre Drummond?
Well, what I would think you do with Ben Simmons realistically, because granted he's 6'10", bro. A 6'10" guy who doesn't shoot and really can't shoot as far as we completely know. I believe honestly, like you play Ben Simmons truly at his natural position, which is power forward, and you just put him in the screen and roll sets. Like he's a lob guy. Like Ben Simmons is athletic enough to go get the ball. If
But
you set him
how
up
do you
like
play
that,
him at the power forward when Kevin Durant and Joe Harris are on the team and most likely starting?
it doesn't matter where you quote unquote place him position wise on the lineup.
Put
It
him
matters
at
where
the
you,
5.
it matters where you
They
use
are
him
going
on
to
the
get
court.
cooked by
I'm gonna be
every
honest.
team
Like
defensively.
this is my thing, right? So for context, right? So there was some controversy, a lot of controversy that was going on when Jimmy Butler had joined the Sixers and Brett Brown had made the decision to take the ball out of Ben Simmons' hands. Ben Simmons clearly wasn't happy, and Jimmy Butler, in the interview he had with JJ Redick, said he felt bad. So this is my question. I think he could possibly have a good season. My question is, when is he going to have the ball in his hands?
That's what exactly.
He's
like
a really
I just said.
he's a really good playmaker. To your point, C's, he's a really good playmaker, but it's like you have two of the more gifted scorers to ever grace the game, but they need the ball in their hands. So Ben Simmons is going to be
I don't know about that when it comes to KD.
I guess we're talking like KD and Kyrie are the most, consistently on the court players in the world.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean,
like,
that's fair. But
are you asking if this is going to work in the playoffs? No, it's not going to work in the playoffs. But for our regular season fantasy basketball wise, I think Ben Simmons is a very viable option. Like, I feel like we're conflating like, oh, this is not going to work when you play the best teams in the playoffs versus like, when you play the Houston Rockets or the San Antonio Spurs. It doesn't matter.
Jabari Smith don't give him buckets. Yeah, but you're right about that. Yeah.
I mean,
fantasy wise, yeah, I definitely am thinking more like realistically, like in the real NBA, what the fuck is he gonna do? But fantasy wise, of course, anybody he's just at his size and his skill set, he's gonna shit his way to 50 fantasy points.
I mean, okay,
just by being out on the court.
So let me. I can say this because I'm looking at his numbers. So the last time he played basketball, which I think was the 2020 season.
Damn.
Is that right? 2020, Yeah, I think it was the 20. He averaged 61 fantasy points. So for context, this is before we made steals and blocks worth 5 fantasy points and before we made assists worth 3 points.
Mhm.
So he averaged 2 steals and a block a game during that season. So that's 15 fantasy points right there. He averaged 8 assists, it's 24. That's 39 fantasy points right there. Not even including his rebounding, which he averaged 8 rebounds a game. That's another 24. So boom, you got 50 something fantasy points right there. Of which, if he's gonna have to be more in the dirty work kind of phase, I think he's basically just gonna kind of take Blake Griffin's role.
The bench.
But more no, he'll start. I mean, he'll start, but he'll play that Blake Griffin-esque role in the starting lineup. I don't know how to feel about him yet. I hope he plays some of the preseason stuff, preseason games. That way we can kind of see him. Although I don't think that's likely. So to me, in my opinion, taking a chance. You're taking a chance on him. Are there any other play? Well, you know, let me. Yeah, see, I don't know about that.
I think another player who we should be looking at, I feel like it's SGA. I feel like it's also SGA's time to, remind everybody that he plays basketball. That'd be really nice.
Yeah,
if
it really would be.
Everybody's been telling me, I've been saying it too, that, SGA, he's next. He's going to be a point guard. He's going to be one of the best point guards coming up in this new crop or whatever. Can you play some games and show us that again?
Yeah, Thunder be honing him, bro. Thunder have put him in that category where they shut him down, the fake injuries halfway through the season and things of that nature. And it's hard because he hasn't had a chance to really showcase his skills on a very big level. And the last time we really saw him playing extremely competitive, you can count that OKC Chris Paul team. But I follow Shea super closely, not only because he's a Valley boy, he's champion of the Valley Boys and league fits first team All NBA champion. But he's also just a very good player. And he hasn't had a great season where he was competitive and really able to showcase his skills against some of the best since his rookie year. And that's tough. That's tough because his rookie year was very, very good, but he hasn't been in that environment since he got traded.
Yeah, it's
and
just
I would have liked for the Knicks to whatever package they use for offering for Donovan Mitchell to literally just flip that over and try to get SGA and see what happens. But I don't know what the out is for SGA, but it seems like he's gonna be in OKC until they're done doing whatever OKC is doing.
Well,
now that Chet's injured, I think it's gonna be another season, another gone season for SGA. I'm working.
And let me say to that point, I'm not sure. I think he's gonna have a similar season this year than he did last year.
Exactly.
My hope is that Josh Giddey will continue to get better, and that'll force OKC to be like, yeah, we're just gonna trade you at this point because he does SGA is really talented and he's really grown and matured every year, which I'm most impressed by. He's had some stuff going on with plantar fasciitis. He's had that quite a few times, kind of like Goran Dragic. Yeah, I know he struggled with that in his career, but I just think he just needs to be in a new town. He needs to be somewhere else. And I think, unfortunately, OKC's really just got him in a holding pattern at this point. So it's really difficult for me to be like, I'm on board because I do think he's talented, but he's got to be in a place where that matters because it doesn't matter right now in OKC. None of it is mattering.
I wanted the sign and trade with Ayton and OKC to happen for SGA. That Chris Paul, Devin Booker, SGA lineup. I was rooting for that. I ain't gonna lie. That was tough.
Yeah, that's kind of a crazy lineup.
But I want to bring out my breakout player. I want to ask Aaron's opinion on him because he has his immediate rival from my immediate rival breakout player is also Aaron's one of Aaron's favorite players. Markel Fultz. Aaron's a huge Cole Anthony fan, and I just believe that Markel Fultz will be starting this season, and therefore, having a breakout season, playing alongside Paolo, Mo Bamba, what I'm saying, Jonathan, whatever. Ooh, I don't like him, but those individuals, Bobo, what I'm saying. I feel like Markel Fultz is going to get the starting nod right next to Jalen Suggs.
Can I ask
really
you why you just mentioned Bobo in this?
Cole Anthony.
I said Markel Fultz.
Markel
Was the question
Markel
directed at me?
You did say that, Markel Fultz. Yeah, you did say that.
Yeah. And I just remember Aaron saying something about this Cole Anthony town.
So
Cole Anthony tried to dunk in
first of all,
Tim's
I'm not a
person.
Cole Anthony fan. Don't ever put that on me. Don't disrespect me. B, I just don't think that this Orlando Magic front office is that invested in the future of Markel Fultz, which is unfortunate. I think Markel Fultz can be a good player in the NBA. I hope and wish for the best for him. That being said, this front office drafted Cole Anthony and Jalen Suggs. I think they will start both of them over Markel Fultz, who they traded for via some throwaway picks. I'm not really sure if Markel Fultz will even end the season on the Magic.
Whoa!
I can see that.
Okay,
he could definitely.
I don't doubt him potentially being traded. I just see that during the end of the season, it seemed like Markel Fultz had a really good hand on that offense in terms of pick and roll he was running with the bigs, with Franz Wagner and Mo Bamba. And if you throw Paolo in that mix, I just don't see how both Cole Anthony and Jalen Suggs start. I just don't see it. I'll more likely see Cole Anthony and someone like Terrence.
You're
Ross
looking
or
at
RJ
it from a
Hampton.
pure basketball perspective. The front office is looking at it as, fuck, I invested in Jalen Suggs and Cole Anthony. They need to pan out. I really don't give a fuck about Markel Fultz.
Yes.
Markel Fultz be on triple double. But look, that doesn't stop the fact that he gonna be a breakout player this season.
I think it's possible, sure.
Look, with his playmaking, his bully ball, his shot is still questionable. But if you watch Markel Fultz play, he definitely has one of the smoothest games in the NBA, right outside that Paul George area, in my opinion. So that nigga just missing a jump shot. He can't hit the broad side of a barn, though. He cooked in that regard. Second pick for me, Russell Westbrook. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Aaron, see, I don't like that that side, bro.
Yo, this is basically what everybody was like. Hey,
bro, come on now, dog. Come
Sit
on,
here and say
man.
Russ is good.
Yo, it
sit here
sounds
and
like
say,
Aaron just put his mic down.
Nah. Hold on. I really gotta say this right now, bro. To sit here and say that somebody on the NBA top 75 all time is going to have a breakout season is absolutely nuts. Yo, that's insane.
Bro, I feel like teams like just come in here.
Are we calling it a breakout or
stuff just to piss somebody off?
Yo, we
don't even believe in this stuff. You just want to argue.
Yo, breakout seasons are seasons we've never seen before from a player. Now, granted, unless Russ is going to go from 29% from deep to 45% from deep, look, I'll give you the nod. That's a breakout season for Russ if he's going to be that elite shooting. There's nothing to break out for Russell Westbrook. The man averaged a triple-double for 4 seasons. He just looked like hot ass.
I'm saying, like, how does he even break out in a season? Like, our scoring system is based purely on counting numbers. It doesn't even take into effect shooting percentages or anything like that. Like, that doesn't matter.
Russ would be a cancer to someone's team, bro. Russ would fuck around and get picked in some of the lower rounds.
Hey yo. Oh, that reaction was so crazy.
Bro, because when you sat there and brought it up, you just tried to let the name fly real quick. No, we're not just gonna get past what you just said. We talking about breakout, bro.
You
We talking
caught
about
me.
breakout seasons. Dudes who haven't showed up or haven't performed in a way we've seen before.
Oh God, you caught me.
Yeah, this
Listen,
nigga Keyshawn sound like
look.
Stephen A.
Nah, because
Nigga
look,
Keyshawn
if
sound like
anything,
Stephen
Russell Westbrook had the greatest breakdown season we've ever seen, bruh.
A. He really sound like
God.
Stephen A. This
Hey,
nigga
look,
wild.
then Keyshawn, who's your breakout? Oh, RJ, we still good on time with topics. I don't know if we had to stay on this topic.
Yeah. You
Well,
guys
my
can wrap it up.
breakout last season was DeJounte Murray, but this season it is Keldon Johnson.
Oh, you only got one.
That's who I'm looking at. I mean,
pick a new team.
why you gotta Aaron? Aaron, why you gotta meet me like that, bro?
He on his first dick.
What do you say?
He said, pick a new team.
Yeah. I got two.
Yo, wait, I
rapid
got
fires
one.
since Keyshawn
I think I got a big man, yo.
You got a
I'm
big
gonna
man.
say,
Yeah, we haven't really said big.
I got a
Jalen
big
Smith.
man.
Oh,
Uh,
go ahead and say it, bro.
I got two actually. So Robert Williams and
All right, this conversation's over.
what? And Mobley.
Oh, Mobley. Damn. Yeah. Man, that's gonna
I
be
think
difficult.
Mobley might average like Gobert number, like consistent. Because Gobert averaged like
Gobert is
one.
crazy.
He averaged like 110 from me last year. Hurt.
Gobert averaged 110? Wait.
Like-
He averaged 110? Wait.
Or like close to being, he definitely averaged 100. He had to, bro. Unless he did get hurt at the end of the season for like.
That's it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, the end of the season hurt him because he was at 98. He ended with 98.
Yeah, he was definitely averaging 100 something for me at a certain point.
I was about to say, I thought you said Rudy Gobert. I'm like, what? He gonna improve his scoring capabilities to the level of James Michael McAdoo?
Y'all see him throw that shit off the backboard in FIBA, bro. He ain't improved. No, he ain't improved a bit, bro.
Bro, he don't got no post work, bro.
Bro, he don't work on. I don't think he works on his game, yo. He just
there's a hole in that bag.
He don't work on
I think he was just tall and he's always been tall his life, bro.
No way can you not post up Dennis Schroeder. Yo, I saw that a couple times this morning. I'm like, bro, what is going on? Nah, it's not real.
Bro.
It's not real. No way can you not.
I'm sorry. It's niggas in here that can post up Dennis Schroeder. Aaron can post
just
up
a
Dennis
dunker,
Schroeder.
bro. He's literally
Keyshawn
just a
can
defending
post
dunker
up
spot
that nigga.
big.
Defending dunker spot big.
Yo, we gotta get Jake Gobert number and shit. Help him out with his fucking post work.
So I got one last. This is kind of a fun one. Something to look forward to, and I'm kind of gonna go through it with y'all. Y'all can, obviously converse with me about it. But I wanted to do this for fun because I know tomorrow, and I know Aaron had brought it up. A couple folks wanted to do a little mock draft, and I think that would be kind of fun to do right around this period. And I'll probably do one more official once ESPN has actually like updated their app based off injuries and whatnot. It still has some of the stuff from the last season kind of in there, and it's a little bit annoying. I don't know why they haven't fixed it. I reached out to them and they haven't done anything with it yet, but this is something that we can kind of look forward to. So you all know every season for the past couple seasons, I believe, I've been doing conference shakeups from our Eastern Conference and our Western Conference in terms of where flunky managers will be. And I thought last year was pretty good. I thought it was very, very eventful. But based on some of the conversations that I've heard, I think this season might be a little bit even more nuts. So I'm gonna share this as well from what I have here. I've got everybody here on a tier list based on where I would love to try and see them. And as you can tell right now, there's no one in a certain spot yet. and you see up in the East and West up at the top. So what we're gonna go through is my opinion where I think everyone may end up at next year. So I'm just gonna go through it, and then you guys can also chime in whenever you want. So I'm just gonna go top row, bottom row, and we're gonna do it like that. This is in no ways final, so do not take this and run with it. This is in no means final, but this is who I think off the top of my head. I know this will definitely change the closer we get. Which, by the way, NBA flunkies, get your money in. Get a lot of folks getting their buying money in. I appreciate it. Make sure you get your money in. Appreciate it.
Amen.
So we've got Team Quan Stokes up first. I think he's going to stay probably in the East. And some of these might change as we're going through it.
Yeah, stay there, Quan.
Pretty good staple there.
Staple is crazy.
Okay, you know what? To be honest, some of these I'm going to skip because some of these are a little bit more crucial than others.
Oh my God.
Keisha, I'm going to come back to you because that's why I said, I was like, oh shit.
Oh my God.
Cordell, you're going to stay in the East, my boy.
Cordell, how does it feel to be called an NPC?
NPC Dale.
Some of these are a little bit easier than others. I know for a fact I'm staying in the East.
I ain't scared of the grind.
I'll be a MVP. Join the
nigga called him LeBron. That's crazy.
He said, "I'm not Dame. We are not the same."
Running from the grind.
It's kind of crazy.
Well, I can tell you who might be in a particular. Oh, see, okay. See, this is where this gets difficult because I know y'all been talking. I know how toxic y'all want to get this year. I know. So I got to make this environment, as positively toxically competitive as possible.
Oh wow! No, you ain't gotta be positive.
I was gonna say, who trying to be positive?
Who said that? Who said that?
Like
Who said that?
We ain't say that.
Y'all didn't say that. Y'all did not say that. You're right. You know what? All right. You know what? Fuck it. Let's all right. Let's remove the positiveness out of this because, like I said, some of this is gonna change. So I'm literally just gonna shut up and I'm just gonna click and drag.
You gotta announce their names though, so niggas know who they are.
Yeah. I'm gonna announce them, but I'm gonna just click and drag them. Keyshawn, for right now, you're going to the East.
Thank God. Stay your ass there, bro.
Why? So I can dominate a conference that you couldn't.
Hold on. Pause.
Oh my, Keyshawn, why'd you do that? Why?
And take so many punches. The fans yelling, "Get off the ropes!"
Keyshawn, when you was in the East last year? What are you talking about?
I'm a West Coast nigga and took over your spot.
No,
your house and took a shit.
No. When did Keyshawn become West Coast? I thought he always been East.
Nah, he was in the West.
He started in the West. Him andSterling did.
And that's why I came over to the East.
He moved. Yeah, he moved.
Our very first season, we were in the. Yeah,
nigga, I don't give a fuck. You come over when I leave. I'm like Brian going to the Lakers, and you was present. You was present, and you got took. Nah, I was president. I won, nigga. You was president. You were just present. Two presidents.
Keep going, RJ.
I'm gonna keep this pushing. Sam Brown, congratulations. You're going to the East, most likely. This isn't
you was already in the East anyway.
It's my time. That's all right.
Please wait. Congratulations. You're going to the West.
I'm already knowing. Look, ever since that day where Sam Hood and his lackey Aaron wanted to call me out and say I want to grind.
Lackey is
because y'all both was talking about how I want to run from the grind, bro. Yeah, I'm with you now, bro. I'm coming for smoke.
Yeah, come to the trap.
I'm coming home, bro. I started in the West. It's all good coming home, bro.
Me personally, it's kind of.
We've been treating Sterling like a jobber in the West, bro.
So let me also say this as well.
Nah.
Let me also say this, right? So
do you want me to pull up the record? Have you never beaten me before?
Obviously speaking,
it's all good, bro. This is the first time for.
I think I've talked about this before. I got to keep Chris and Tim separate.
I
separate.
feel like
No,
you should keep them together.
I feel
But
like
that's
I
Keep
feel
them
like
in the
this year.
same league.
No, I feel like
Keep
this
them
year,
in
bro.
the
You gotta put them
same
together, bro.
league.
You gotta put them together this year.
Got
Gotta
to.
put them together. Don't
I
y'all
feel
think
like
I feel like
they
putting
did
them
so
together
well
causes
last
max
year
chaos.
when they
They
weren't?
destroy both sides, bro.
I think listen, but I thought we said
You
it was
need
being
to
toxic, bro. So we might as
isolate the
well.
chaos.
Isolating the chaos is crazy. Putting them together so they sabotage more quickly is the best option.
That's fucking nuts. Well, they're going to the East because I already know Aaron, Seasway, Sam Hood. Y'all are just gonna nuke the damn West.
No, bring the Howgers over to the West. Let's make it a real Royal Rumble.
High key, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah,
Nah,
high
if
key.
you bring them over to the West and all the NPCs will be in the East, Aaron.
It'll be too
You're
top
not
heavy,
wrong, but I'm trying to make this shit toxic.
We only have one conference where real niggas are.
Bruh.
That's like we're the dream team. Everybody else is AIs, bro. Like you just can't.
Yo, y'all, the pocket.
That's kind of crazy. No,
Niggas is talking.
You kind of have to leave that. You kind of have to leave that
disrespectful.
in East, bro.
I mean, no, yeah. It's whatever. Yeah, put them in the East. I don't care. I gotta hop off, but it's been fun, boys.
Oh, Aaron, all right. We'll see you later, my boy.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Big bird ballers.
Big bird, bro. I already know she's gonna talk cash shit about my name as soon as I hop off. It's all right. So
hold on. So we got Javon and
Oh yeah,
leading
so
this
we've
conference.
got
Oh yeah, that's easy
Javon,
licks, bro. Yeah,
Malik,
lead them right here, bro. That's easy licks.
Devin in the West, and we'll have Jake go out East, and we'll have Duran out in the West. This is who I've got.
Durant ain't doing nothing, bro. He ain't doing nothing again, bro.
I feel like Durant should be in the East again.
Why? He don't.
I feel like if you put Durant in the West, he gonna have a similar season. I feel like if you put Durant in the East, that nigga might turn up one time.
Niggas is out here calling it East.
He gonna be looking at the numbers too much.
He gonna get lost in the sauce in the West. I ain't gonna cap to you.
You know what? Since Sterling is returning to the West, why not make it a full reunion?
That's so crazy, bro.
And now, Keyshawn, congratulations. You're in the West.
I'm in the West.
You're in the West as of this list right here.
So me and Keyshawn back when we started, bro.
This does not look like an equal match.
I'm telling y'all right
that's
now.
definitely toxic.
I'm telling y'all right now. If this was the final thing, I feel like I'd basically be guaranteeing that the champ is going to come out most likely the East.
Hey, let me also ask this.
Yeah.
How do you say that with a straight face?
Because
aren't we
y'all are gonna not cannibalize, but y'all are gonna destroy each other to the point by the time somebody gets to the finals.
But it's the seeding. The way the seeding works.
Wait, is seeding based on conference?
Nah, that's why it doesn't matter.
Oh,
but it will.
That's right. It's not based on conference. That's right. It's not based on conference.
Still winning this shit. I don't know what y'all talking
Since
about.
it's not based on conference,
well, I mean,
the most that'll happen is you play more West teams. You'll play more West teams for sure than East teams.
Even so, it can only be two teams that get to the final. So, as far as I'm concerned, the likelihood we're going to get a new champion is always high. It's higher than having someone repeat. And I'm not saying you can't repeat, but what I am saying is this is the 5th year. We've had a champ every single year, a new champion. And so the odds of having someone repeat are extremely low, and having a new champion is pretty high.
Right.
Based on how things have always gone. And also another thing, the number 1 seed I don't think has ever won a Flunkies title. A regular season, whoever gets the very first seed has never won a Flunkies title. Oh, no, that's not true. Aaron did. I'm sorry. That's not true. It's technically not true. Aaron
did win. He was number 1 seed.
Aaron definitely did win. What year was that? Second? Yeah. So the second season. So it's gonna be interesting. Like I said, I've been waiting to see who's gonna win that. Either they'll win 2 titles in 5 years or go back to back. I'm waiting to see. I don't know if it's ever gonna happen, just because like you have to have so many things go right, and
Now
either
y'all looking
get
at
hot.
this. What adjustments would y'all make, Flunkies, to this current list?
Honestly, put Javon out east, bro. He has a better chance.
Jesus, that's crazy. Who would you bring over?
Probably Sam.
You bring
Sir.
Sam
Brown.
Yeah, I'll bring
Brown?
Sam
Sir.
Brown over. I'll bring Sam Brown over. At
Only
least,
What
at
about you,
least, at
Keyshawn?
least, at least East Javon has a chance. Depending on Tucker gets his phone stolen again, and we
Does
have
he have a chance?
East draft.
Usually,
He has a better chance than he does in the West. Because most of us
Look,
in the West, we
it's a lot
draft
more experience in the
relatively well.
West.
Yeah,
It's a
like
lot
we
more
draft
experience in the West.
relatively well. Exactly.
But that doesn't mean Javon won't draft well, but he probably won't.
Like you got 4 champions in the same conference, bro.
yeah.
Like, bro, like that's what the experience is, bro.
That's all the champions in the conference is
Yes.
fire, bruh. That's
gonna-
tough right there.
It's gonna get very toxic, yo. I can already, regardless of how this comes about, it's gonna be very toxic. This is kind of nuts. I'm still under the impression that I need to separate Tim and Chris. And so if that was the case, right? But just go with me for a second. Who would you want in the other conference?
If you had to do what? Separate Tim and Chris?
Yeah.
I'll put
If I
Devin.
had-
I'll put Devin with Daquan. I'll move him to the same conference. I'll put Devin in the East.
Okay, who would you bring over between Chris and Tim?
Chris.
Bro, Chris is easier look.
Nah, not just Chris. Easier look. He adds a different dynamic to that area. Because if you put Mike, Sam, Hood, and Tim, that's 3 of my haters right there. I need Chris to just.
Oh, then we definitely need to put Tim
Oh
over.
yeah,
I need to put Tim.
Bro,
All my haters are in one conference. I need Chris is not my hater. He just unorthodox. He's just a wild card. It would be nice to have a wild card in this conference. Because look, Keyshawn, a smart player. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of smart players in the West. You need Chris to just make chaos.
So basically, you said Chris to be dumb, bro.
Don't just like Chris is a needed piece of the flunky just for how he operates in the league, bro. There's all the niggas who act in chaos are over in the East right now. We need some more unlevel-headed niggas in the West, and I'll put Chris over there.
Niggas
I see
said
what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
all the
Because you gotta mix the chatting niggas. You can't have all the chatters in one area.
That's real.
Because who gonna turn up the East? Who gonna turn up the East over here? Tucker more active. Daquan don't talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to see who's over there. Tim might be the only nigga in the East who be chatting outside of RJ.
That's real.
So if you throw Chris over here, it would be a nice, you know what I'm saying?
Shoot, that's all more reason to. Yeah, I don't know. Probably put Chris over there and then put Tim in the West. Because Chris chat more than Tim.
Nah, I can't have Tim over here with me.
And to be honest, the real wild card in the West is Sam Brown. Sam Brown could get in there and destroy everything y'all got going on.
Yeah, I don't want that nigga over here, bro. And let him see if he can handle the East by himself, bro. I think Sam Brown's the perfect East candidate. I say swap him with Jake. I mean, not Jake. Sam Brown with I see his picture, but I forgot his name.
What? Tucker?
Daquan. No, not Devin, not Daquan. No, who is that in the middle? Tucker.
Oh, and switch Sam Brown and Tucker. Okay, I can see that.
I'm gonna take this year serious.
Yeah, that's a crazy line. I thought our lineup last year was crazy. I thought our lineup, like with me,
because
Sean,
you put all. I just think you put all the final four in one conference. I think you just need to split up at least a little bit of them because Tim, Keyshawn, me, and Sam Brown are in the final four.
Oh, that's true. Damn, that's crazy. Because I think I played Tim before that round. Keyshawn, who did you play?
I played.
He played Chris.
Yeah.
Chris?
Yeah,
Excuse
I
me,
played Devin.
Sam Brown. Oh,
I played Devin.
you played Devin?
Yeah.
Sam Brown, who'd you play? Trying to figure out.
I don't even remember.
You did get to the second round, but I don't remember who you played.
I remember I played Devin in the second round.
Nah,
You played Tim.
I got to the Western Conference against
Yeah, but who'd you play in the second round? Was it Chris?
I gotta find it. Matter of fact, yeah, I gotta find that. Yeah, that's interesting. If it'll allow me to show it. Let me see. Yeah, it's now
Boom, nigga.
Let's see if it'll. Can y'all see that screen? Y'all might be on the other screen.
Yeah.
Oh, you can
Yeah,
see.
we can see
Oh,
it.
okay, cool. Let's do a little bit of a history check. Let's see, we're gonna go standings, final playoff results. Okay, here we go. So, Keyshawn, you played Cordell.
Oh shit, I forgot you played that for him.
Yeah, and yeah, these are all, except Devin, all Eastern Conference teams.
Boy, I'm telling you.
That's
Sam Brown might have played Aaron. I don't know. I think Aaron got dusted in the first round. Though. Oh, Aaron didn't make the playoffs.
He didn't make the playoffs off of counting technicality. Yeah. So I think we've got an interesting crop of people.
A
Assuming
lot of strong contenders. Amen.
Yeah. And so I think if this East squad, if this was the Eastern Conference for this coming season, I think they might surprise a lot of people. It's just we put all the wild cards in the East and all the contenders in the West. That's kind of nuts. That's
very total drama island.
Yeah, very total. Yeah. Very survival.
I like that though. I like that.
Yo, Ron J, sidebar, yo. When we do the when we get together on All-Star break, whether it's this year or next year, we should do activities where we on the East versus West, competitions and shit to actually see who.
You said the Flunky 5v5.
Oh, yo, imagine
different activities.
Bro, imagine a flunky dodgeball thing, bro. That would be nuts. East versus West. You do
football.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. And actually, that's a good idea. We're still, so for those of you who don't know, I've been in talks with basically most folks in the league, just trying to get a good glimpse as to what it is that we would like to do in terms of just building camaraderie, also as a way of bringing in more content for our fantasy league. And I thought, what better way to do it than either I pitched either the All-Star break or I pitched the NBA Finals. I like the All-Star break the most for context. Number one, our season is still in session. Number two, the All-Star break is also our break throughout the fantasy league. So last season, they came back on a Wednesday, and then we went from Wednesday to Sunday, and then that following Monday was the start of our playoffs. And so it's a nice middle group, a middle area period where everyone can kind of relax and kind of, reflect on what's happened throughout this entire season, while, kind of amping things up a little bit, where it's like, you getting into people's chests about, oh yeah, wait till I see you in the playoffs. I want you. And by that point, some of the playoff, there'll be folks fighting for the playoff seeding and whatnot. So it'll be a very interesting time period to see who gets into the playoffs and who doesn't. So I'm hopefully pushing if we can do something during the All-Star break. But if not, the NBA Finals will be great. Our season will be over. We'll have a chance to really reflect on the season and, and just to kind of catch up and get in some of those finals games, which, should be very exciting this upcoming year. So we're definitely trying to plan more of that and getting branding. And I've kind of explained it with a lot of folks. So we've got a lot of plans coming up, and I'm very excited to dig more into it and to be able to show everybody. But how these conferences are kind of constructed through this little segment here, I like it. I do like it. It's going to be cool, pretty cool and exciting. And so, well, with that being said, man, those are all
Wait, when's the next big event coming up? The draft lottery? Is that the next big thing?
Yeah. So the draft lottery in terms of our fantasy league. So I think September 30th, I believe, is the start of the NBA preseason. Money is due October 7th. October 8th will be the draft lottery. We'll find out where everyone lands in the conferences. And then based on some of the ideas I got today, I'll be able to introduce a couple new things that we've got going on. And so hopefully give people opportunities to really want to jump in and dig into what it is that we're building here. So the October 7th is like the big thing. So things to look out for: September 30th, NBA preseason starts. October 7th, your buy-in money is due. October 8th will be our draft lottery and other things, of course. And then that following week, it'll be either the 15th or 16th of October will actually be our draft day. And then the 18th will be the start of the NBA season and the start of our NBA Flunkies season. So definitely some things to look out for. Get your money in. I'm going to keep saying that because I promise you'll blink and it'll be October 7th. It'll be here before you know it. But we've got so much exciting stuff planned, and I'm so glad to have you guys all here along the ride with us. And it's just such a cool thing to kind of be a part of. In 5 years, I could never expect that we'd get this far, but here we are. But with that being said, dude, I'm going to end it here. We're going to be coming back with podcasts every Saturday, all the way leading up to our fantasy draft. And then we'll probably keep it going and alternate between Saturdays and Sundays moving forward. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Keyshawn Simpson here, lead Ball Sack sports reporter, also a Flunkies manager for the Alpha Land Knicks. We've got Sterling here of the Glizzy Sith Fanatics, or whatever you're going to name your team. We've got Sam Brown here.
Hey,
of
next champion. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, next champ. Okay. Sam Brown, I can never remember your team name. I always say
it's not memorable.
It's SNF. Sam and Friends, right? Is it still going to be that? Or are you going to do some branding changing?
No,
like
it's pack
Give them that pack season or whatever.
Pack season.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of your first year. It is pack. Yeah. Wait. Oh, I keep getting you
and pack season.
So it's pack season. Yeah. I keep getting you and Devin because y'all names are kind of close. Loud Pack.
Yeah. Y'all not original.
It's pack season. I smoked everything original.
Yeah. So, and then we have Seasway here, reigning, defending, undisputed 2022 NBA Flunkies champion. Who
don't care.
Yeah, might have his sights on going back to back. We'll see. It's never happened. Can't say it won't ever happen, but we'll definitely.
We working in the Valley. We making calls, seeing who's trying to join the fold this year. So Valley Boys is up. We'll see y'all in the fall. Amen.
We're working. And with that being said, I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for joining. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Share this with everyone as best as you can. And please like the videos, as YouTube really awards people for liking these kinds of videos. With that being said, this is your Commissioner RJ signing off, checking out. Be safe out here. And we'll see you soon.